Alright, a couple weeks ago, I was on holiday with some of my friends and went scuba diving with my friend Wayne. And Wayne is this computer science major from Berkeley who on the side loves taking photos. And we were talking about updates in their lives and talking about scuba diving, photography. And at one point I said, hey, I wish I could just be like you and make a better film. And he was very generous, of course, sharing his concept of storyboarding, how he wrote the script and basically planned each shot accordingly to find a consistency, a relationship between the photos. And little did I know, while he was showing me the board and we were walking through these small exercises, he was basically hand-holding me and telling me what to do with my camera. I was like, did I just learn a full course about cinematography? And any day now, if someone had offered me this course for about $100, I would totally buy it because it just helps me be a better content creator. And that made me think Wayne could totally do this on the side as a legitimate side business. So today we're talking about the 5 side hustles you can start on day 1 in 2025, get some extra money. And for those of you who are new here, I'm James. I'm a digital ad strategist based in LA. And on the side, I coach students who are looking to get into the tech industry with some resume writing and interview prep. And on my way to get my scuba diving certification to become a part-time diving instructor. I know that was a lot, but growing up, I always enjoyed learning different things and sharing them with friends and meeting new exciting people along the way. And these side hustles really come from things that I'm either good at or passionate about and want to get paid to do more. If you have a stable 9-to-5 job that sustains your lifestyle and some spare time to invest, maybe you thought about turning your hobbies into different streams of income, but what is really holding you back? Maybe like all the excitement and you have numerous options, like just confused about where to start because of lack of confidence. Oh my gosh,
what are people gonna say around me? Like, oh, I'm not the best in this area. And the starting side hustle means I'm gonna give myself another job. I already don't have time. And what happens to the weekend, all that stuff.
Well, I hate to convey uninformed optimism and said, ignore all that, just go do it. I do think there's a couple of things you will need, and I think this video would help you figure out the right step to get yourself started and to get yourself a little bit extra for your life. So today's agenda is going to be twofold. First, I'm going to tell you why it is worthwhile to start a side hustle for fun and also for the money. And second, I pick out 5 side hustles you can start in 2025 and also list out the investment you're going to need both on the monetary side and time side to get your side hustle off the ground, as well as the monetary potential you will get from it. So let's dive right in. Number 1, sell online courses. It is a great way to teach what you love and help people get into your comfort zone. And from the pure business perspective, it has minimal upfront costs and very high margins if you're usually building yourself. So some of the biggest influencers out there, their courses can range from $17.99 to like $10,000 for virtual courses. There are really no limit what amount of money you can set and virtually no variable cost for you to sell it to either one person or to 10,000 people. So in the context of this first step, there are kind of 2 ways you can build your side hustle. You can either start by looking at the skills you build your careers on, or a passion you are invested in and can be used for someone else. For example, back in business school, I spent a ton of time networking with 100 professionals and preparing for interviews, or just putting simple terms for 6 months straight, researching, applying, and interviewing. And there's a lot of mistakes I made along the way. But all that in hopes of finding my dream effort in the corporate. After I got my offers at Amazon and embarking on a new journey, surprisingly, I'm still getting the equity of those lessons I learned. I become active on LinkedIn and start posting career tips, and now I'm still getting one-on-one messages about paid mentorship courses, and naturally start a side hustle. I start charging money for coaching young professionals in one-on-one preparation sessions during the weekday nights. It has always been rewarding for me to see people around me succeed, getting closer to their goals and landing their dream offers, and even better to see my mistakes come to fruition. The lessons I made in the past start to transform into skills I can now benefit from. The point is that you probably have a lot of skills you did not realize and lessons you're currently learning can be useful for you in the future and you can monetize from. So you don't have to be the best in the area or you position yourself as a teacher. Honestly, I think that's what's holding everyone back. The goal is always to be just one step ahead of your student, and if your 1 hour with you is better than, I don't know, like maybe them spending 10 hours on themselves with trials and errors, I would say that you're teaching a pretty good course. And if you're unsure like what online courses you make, you can just start simply by asking your friends, says, hey, I'm thinking about starting a side hustle. Do you know that anything that I'm good at and people would pay for? It might start off as a joke, but very likely to generate some good ideas, and then you can start posting these videos like on platforms such as Teachable, Skillshare, and Thinkific start seeking some partnerships and start monetize from it. Number 2, remote English tutor. If you're a native English speaker, teaching English as an additional language is amazing side hustle that can open doors for both you and your student. So to get started, you will need a TSL, i.e. Teaching English as a Second Language certification, which typically costs about $200 to $1,000, and it requires a few weeks or a couple months, depending on the courses really. The certification can get yourself enough credibility and make you hireable by various agencies out there. And if you're teaching people across the globe, maybe in Asia, in Thailand, in China, the time difference is in your favor to start working the weekday nights. And if you can pick up a couple $100 just by becoming a professional English tutor, you can earn up to $100 per hour. And essentially, if you work in this line of business and teaching for 2 to 10 hours straight can help you recover all the investments and earn much more. And generally, the better you become at teaching someone, the more that you charge and the broader the network you will reach. So back in 2017, I used to teach adult English at the summer camp because I was starting college in US. I was able to meet these really successful entrepreneurs in the late 30s and late 40s, have all these awesome conversations. Number 3, photography. If you have $1,000 and some photography skills, you can start by investing in a second-hand professional camera such as Sony a7 III and an 80mm lens. So from that, you can charge $300 per session for services like graduation photos, pet portraits, or OnlyFans photographies, I don't know. If you can expand your network up to a point with 2 sessions per week booked, you can earn up approximately $31,200 per year. And that's definitely more than enough to cover your investment. In fact, if you can recover your investment in just about 2 weeks of work if you can find your client. So from the financial perspective, it's incredibly rewarding side hustle with a relatively short payback period. It's very sound options with huge upside. And if you want to kick off your start side hustle and start finding some client, I suggest you can start reading this book called $100 Million Lead by Alex Hormozi and check out the videos I talk about right here. Number 4, real estate agent. As a full-time real estate agent, you can dedicate your entire schedule to build a robust client basis, marketing your properties, and closing deals. So this often leads to a higher earning. But I'm talking about working part-time side hustles aside from your 9 to 5. As you start entering your late 20s and early 30s, many of your friends are likely to get married and they're going to need someone to help them navigate mortgages and negotiations. So to get started as being a part-time real estate agent, you're going to complete a pre-licensing course, which is $200 to $1,000, depends on your state, and passing the license exam. So real estate agents offers very excellent earning potential with commissions typically range from 2% to 3% of the property sales price. So for example, if you sell a house worth of $300,000, it could earn you to $6,000 to $9,000 depends on the commission. And this of course combines with a very flexible work schedule to go see the houses with your friends and start negotiating your price, helping your friends out. And since real estate agent typically works during the weekends, it is a perfect side hustle outside your 9 to 5, even you decide to get more involved. Part number 5, editing and writing resumes. That I'm a part of. So career coaching sessions typically range from $60 to $300 per hour. It really depends on your expertise, reputation, and the complexity of service if you're writing. So if you're providing resume writing, interviewing, and case interviewing, and rehearsals and stuff, you can charge a lot more. So it is again one of those things, if you know, it doesn't take too much extra learning. The best part is that each year with so many young professionals, there are so many of them that need help, and most applicants will start from scratch with their resumes and interviews. It is definitely individually time consuming and anxiety inducing journey for many of them. So, and some of these agencies, they will charge over $2,000 for recruiting season that was them with this packaged in. As ridiculous as that may sound, people are willing to pay for that money for the future. And to a certain extent, this does mean that you leave less time for you and your friends. So check in, make sure that how they're doing with the rest of the time you have, and start planning your dinners and trip together ahead of the time, because at the end of the day, you're building this exciting new life and there are more people to share with it, and that will be more fulfilling. So thanks for watching. This is That James for career, productivity, and money. Make sure you subscribe to this channel.